morning, and welcome to an all-new Eye of the Tiger. I'm Zach Galumgum.
And I'm Joseph Bianchini.
As of Wednesday, October 21st, in an email sent out by the district, RJUHSD has announced the arrival of the Roseville Virtual Student Learning Academy, RVLA. Families are given choices, A or B. Students who choose to be in Group A are placed in an on-campus learning format with in-person teacher instruction, with safety procedures. Students who are placed in Group B will remain online for the remainder of the spring term. Course selection will be limited, however, will meet graduation requirements.
This really comes down to this survey says, parents and families, we need you to tell us what kind of program you need. Online or on ground. Not preference, please. Not I like coming to first period in my pajamas because I can just get up and then go. But what do you need? So if we've got medical concerns or medical issues in the house, that you need an online program. If you're comfortable coming on ground, tell us that. We'll get the rest of the details worked out and get them out to you. And we need a little bit of trust that we're going to do everything we can as a school site to advocate and make sure we're accommodating as many needs as possible.
Families are asked to have their completed choice by next Monday.
In other news, last Tuesday, Eye of the Tiger conveyed that Peyton Maria was the junior class president when in fact she is the junior class vice president.
Now we go over to Kobe Estrada with sports.
Good morning and welcome to this Friday's edition of EOTSN. I'm Kobe Estrada. At the end of this week, the first 4-week cycle of athletic pods will be wrapping up, and at the beginning of next week, the second round of pods will be starting. This next cycle, sports like football will be added to the pod cycle.
I'm extremely excited to get back on the field. It's been a long time coming, and after our season last year and the varsity season last year, we think we can do really good things, so can't wait.
I think the pods are working out well because it's a good way to get practice in while still following all the guidelines that are set in place.
We want to play soccer games and scrimmage against one another, but we won't be able to do that in a pod. And I also feel that you may not be challenging yourself as much because, again, you're with the same people over and over again.
And in other sports news, a pair of RHS juniors committed to play softball at UC Santa Barbara this Monday. Stay tuned for our next edition of EOTSN for more on the story. And that's on your home for Roseville High School sports, top plays, breakdowns, and more. Eye of the Tiger Sports Network, EOTSN. And now we go over to entertainment.
Thanks, Kobe. Since the beginning of the pandemic, we've seen movie theater companies trying to find a way to keep their business afloat, even without a lot of new content coming their way. In mid to late August, we saw Regal Cinemas open up with 15-cent movie tickets on opening day to resemble the prices of tickets in 1920, and it seemed as though they'd be continuing the discount price with $5 tickets to entice moviegoers to come in and see some films. But this only seemed to do well for about a month before they ultimately ended up shutting down all 536 locations again on October 8th. Due to the delay of multiple movies into the years 2021 and 2022. But there is hope for the theater chain as it will be reopening 11 of its locations today in New York. It's really hard to tell what this will mean for the company, whether or not it will be beneficial, and what this means for the rest of the locations across the country. With so many movies set to delay into next year, there really is no reason for people to go to the movie theaters, especially with streaming services premiering new movies directly to people's homes. However, some theaters have been showing classics like Star Wars Episode 5 The Empire Strikes Back, and that has seemed to garner some business. If you're interested in seeing a movie, Blue Oak Century Theaters is open near us and showing a select amount of movies with COVID safety guidelines. At this time, it's unclear whether or not our Regal Cinema location will be opening anytime soon. And now we go back to news.
An RHS sophomore has taken up yo-yoing as their hobby of choice. We go to Josh Hill with more on the story.
Many students at RHS have their own unique talents, but sophomore Connor Yo-Yo Man Clark has his talent on a string.
Hello, I am the Yo-Yo Man. I started yo-yoing in the middle of 8th grade after my brother got me into it. He pretty much showed me the ropes, taught me a few tricks, and I started from there.
Clark hopes to take his skills to the next level even out of high school.
I plan to continue past high school and possibly get into a yo-yo competition, which would be pretty cool.
Over time, he has discovered his favorite tricks as well as his favorite combinations.
I really enjoy doing the tricks, magic trick, which is where you get in a knot, clap your hands, and it's out. And then also my own combo I created, which is just a series of tricks that you put together in a smooth fashion. I practice yo-yoing for about an hour to 3 hours almost every day, which is pretty cool.
Clark is so passionate about yo-yoing that he practices every day until his body won't let him.
I have to stop because the circulation of my finger gets cut off.
The Yo-Yo Man has been able to spread the fun of the hobby to others over time.
I've gotten a few friends into it, showed them some tricks, which is pretty nice, and one of them even bought a yo-yo, so yeah.
Clark has begun putting a few of his own spins on his tricks.
That's it for us today on Eye of the Tiger.
And remember, we're always on at eyeofthetigernews.com. See you next time.